this isn't going to be a very long live stream, but I did want to follow up in a couple of ways about these mukbangs. I think that's what they're called. That Foodie Beauty has done, the bizarre recipes and food hauls that also Amber Lynn Reed has been doing, and things like that. And the fact that they're both over 500, they're probably lying about how large exactly. Even those of us who are much smaller, I'm 150. I've said that many, many times. And that's the tail end of my height, 5'4.5", right? So if I was like in my 30s, my 20s or 30s, I probably should be between 125 and 135. But now I'm 49. So I'm at the age where, um, I get the belly fat and stuff because I've had a baby, and so I have the baby pouch, especially because I had a C-section, right? So it all kind of pillows up. But I don't think you guys need to know this. But what I can tell you is that I have had some experience with relatives. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist, but I have had experience with relatives within my own household who have experienced both adult onset diabetes and child onset diabetes. These can happen for different reasons, right? Adult onset is usually a weight issue, and it's also hereditary. Like it's something that passes down the generations. Child onset could also be hereditary as well, but it can also happen if based on doing damage to your organs. Like, say you did a lot of drugs in your 20s or something like that. You could have done something to your organs that ultimately catches up with you. Because it's very unusual to get that later in life. That's usually something that you pick up when kids are in single digit numbers. It's very unusual for that to happen later unless you've done some damage to your organs. Um, so it was quite surprising for us all when we discovered my brother had it at age 49, right? I have my suspicions, but I'm not going to get into that. But in regards to, I don't know if this is true for both conditions. I know that with child onset, it immediately shortens your lifespan, like your predicted lifespan. Trying to make my legs comfortable. It immediately shortens your lifespan. Like, if they thought that you're so healthy, you're going to live to 100, it can cut that back to 80 or more, right? Obviously, adult onset diabetes can do that too. But also, I don't know if this is true with child onset, but I know it is true with adult onset diabetes, which is what it sounds like Foodie Beauty is struggling with, and potentially Amber Lynn. You can lose limbs. For one of the relatives, my grandfather came from a farmer family. I can't remember exactly how many. I think it was like 7 brothers and sisters, right? He was able to manage his diabetes by through he I'll be real, he wasn't great about his diet, but he did keep a pretty healthy body weight, and he exercised every day. He would go into the living room, lift weights, dumbbells, and also do headstands at 80. You know, he was working out. He was a slow mover, kind of like I am now that I've hurt my leg. He was a slow mover, but he was working out every single day. And he took his pills as recommended by the doctor, and he pretty much had it under control. Probably ate too much butter, though, to be real with you, remembering some of the meals that he cooked. Because he was the main chef in my house when I was a little kid back in the early 80s. And he would chunk off the butter, line it up on bread. We had buttered potatoes, like, you know, probably not the healthiest food given his condition, but he was managing it. He was regularly going to doctor's appointments. He was taking his pills, and he managed a healthy body weight. So he was able to get through 2 heart attacks before the 3rd heart attack killed him. But his sister had both of her legs amputated. That's right, Amberlynn. That's right, Chantel. His sister had both of her legs amputated due to adult onset diabetes. So as much as you think this is fun and games and you're just going to earn some money doing mukbangs and trying to monetize your problems, who the hell do you think is going to want to take care of you when you're missing your legs? Because that is a very real scenario. Okay? Very real scenario. Winnie lost both of her legs. She was in a wheelchair for the rest of her life. But you keep putting your morbid obesity on display and your ridiculous I'm dieting and eating for 4 bullshit online. You do you.